Do you want to sue for your baby's birth injury in Prince George's County, but you don't know how would you prove the case, or what is the process going to be like? Want to know what I'm getting at here? Stay with me as I share with you this very important information. Hello, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm a childbirth injury and medical malpractice attorney practicing law in the state of Maryland. And I would like to quickly talk with you today about that process. If your child has suffered an injury at birth and you're trying to understand how do you prove this, how do you prove that this happened, this video is for you. All right, before I get deep into this video and help you understand this process, I want to back up and I want to give you a little bit of a foundation as to some of the calls that we generally get when we're talking about a birth-related injury. We can have situations where a mother will have an uneventful pregnancy. Everything seems to be going pretty good during the pregnancy. Checks in at the hospital, everything still seems to be going well, but somewhere during the process when she's giving birth or through a vaginal delivery, that the baby may show signs of what we call fetal distress. And for whatever reason, the medical professionals, the doctors, the nurses, they miss it, they don't see it, or they do not respond correctly to the child's fetal distress. And what can then occur is we can sometimes see an injury to the child's brain. The baby may suffer seizures after birth. The baby may be blue in color. The baby may have to be taken to the NICU. All of these things can occur when we're talking about an injury at birth. We can sometimes also see situations where a baby will be born and the baby will have either a broken clavicle or an injury to the arm or hand, a brachial plexus injury. And sometimes these injuries can occur when we're talking about a shoulder dystocia situation. So these are some of the common injuries that we see at birth when we're talking about a child that has suffered an injury during birth. Now let's go back to that question of, well, how do you prove these cases, about this process in the state of Maryland? Well, to be successful when we're talking about a medical malpractice case or a childbirth injury case, you are going to have medical experts who will testify as to the standard of care owed to you and your child at the time, and whether the treating doctors or medical professionals, whether they fell below that standard, causing your child's injury or causing the child's damages, what we say in the legal world. So that's what has to happen. These medical experts have to be willing to go on record to say this. It's not just enough to tell you in the delivery room or to tell you somewhere else during the process that this is what happened. You got to have experts who will say these things and they'll go on record with this. And generally your attorney can help you out with getting the necessary medical experts to help you with your case. But again, I just want to help you understand the process. This is how you go about proving these things. You can have a feeling that medical malpractice may have happened, or you may think that you have a slam dunk medical malpractice case stemming from a birth injury and things of that nature. You could think it's a slam dunk case, but until these medical experts are ready to go on record and they're able to spell out that standard of care, they're ready to spell out how the treating doctors deviated from that standard of care, causing the injury to your child or to yourself, until this is done, it's going to be hard for you to conclusively say that you have a viable or a good medical malpractice case in the state of Maryland. If you have more questions about your situation, like I said, maybe you're watching this video right now because your child has suffered an injury at birth. Maybe your child has a brain injury and now has been given a diagnosis of cerebral palsy. Or maybe you have a child now that has a brachial plexus injury and they cannot use their arm or their hand, or they had a broken clavicle at birth and now you're having a lot of issues, your child is having a lot of issues stemming from that. If you have these types of things going on and you would like to speak with me further about your injury, your child's injury that occurred in Prince George's County, this is what I invite you to do. And remember, it costs you absolutely nothing to take this next action. And what is that action, Marcus? To pick up the phone and give me a call. I can be reached at 301 850-4832. Or if you prefer, you can send me an email to medicalinjury@bostonlawllc.com. I answer Maryland medical malpractice and childbirth injury and wrongful death questions just like yours all the time, and I'll be happy to take some time and listen to your story. All right, that's going to be it for today's quick educational video. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm one of the medical malpractice and childbirth injury attorneys here at Boston Law Group LLC, and we will see you next time. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.